How long does it take to become a tattoo artist? You'll realize the answer depends on your experience with art, drawing, painting, and it also depends on your goals and where you aspire to be. The reality of the situation is that there's lazy artists that don't want to learn everything that they need to learn. They kind of want to have, the flexibility of tattooing. They want the money that comes with tattooing. And so they don't really aspire to have great technical work. If you actually care about being the best that you can be and learning, then I would say that could take up to 10 years, between 7 to 10 years to be really consistent and great. Starting with the first year. The first year, if you get an apprenticeship, you get a mentor, the first year should really be about drawing, doing fake skin tattoos, and coming to terms with, your needles. What needles would I use and why? How would I set a machine? What's the voltage about? What's the stroke about? Doing all of these things is going to just help you get your head around the whole process and what you would need to do to get a good result. With only 12 months in a year, you can easily give yourself 12 different cycles and routines to go through. Every month, you can make new goals to slowly creep up towards doing cleaner and cleaner tattoos. In my online course, I've got loads of different studies and exercises that I give to people so that they can really progress through drawing. It doesn't matter what stage you're at. Spend the first year learning to draw better and doing some of your drawings on fake skin so that you can just get the feeling of everything. Don't worry about making it clean right now. Very important to just practice and begin finding your feet. Year number 2, I would start working on clients. I would start working on skin, real skin, start tattooing yourself, start tattooing friends, family, and think about moving on to clients in your second year. The second year should be about taking everything that we've done from the first year, and now we're trying to refine it. Now, I said in the first year, don't worry about making it perfect. We're just trying to find our feet. Hopefully we found our feet a little bit. We have some understanding and context of what to expect. Now we're trying to refine it and perfect it a little bit more. Adjusting from drawing and doing fake skin, now we're working with clients. We have to deal with customer service. We have to deal with keeping the client comfortable. We have to adjust to the client's skin, bleeding, moving, breathing, all of these different things. They're going to take some time to get used to. So give yourself up to a year to transition from fake skin to feeling comfortable on skin. It's quite important to not do big tattoos straight off of the bat in your early days. What I would do is do much smaller tattoos that you can do frequently. Like, I would rather tattoo 5 small tattoos in a day to practice rather than doing one big one. So first of all, you get a lot more practice out of the 5 tattoos, but also because you're in the early stages, making mistakes or not having a tattoo perfect is going to be very likely. So if you do that with a big tattoo, now you have a much bigger tattoo that you're responsible for rather than smaller ones. By year number 3, this is where you've started tattooing friends, family, you've started building clients and started letting people know, I'm an apprentice, I'm taking appointments, and then you start charging for it. Year number 3 is really about letting go of friends and family for the need of help. By now, you should be doing good enough tattoos that you can start getting some clients in and charging for your tattoos. Some of you might hear me talking about this in year 3, and you might expect this in year 1. Like I said, it completely depends what your goals are, how much help you have around you. There's a lot of different variables that are gonna change for every person. From my 14 years of experience, this is just the way that I would do it to get the best results, so that you can make sure that you're not stepping too far ahead of yourself, that you bite off more than you can chew, you become overwhelmed, and now you begin to develop anxiety and fear and panic when you should be building confidence. So between years 3 to 5, this is when I would really start to explore, start doing tattoo conventions, start doing guest spots. I want to network with artists outside of my studio and my hometown. This is where I would really begin to expand my knowledge, begin to network, expand my brand, And if that's the type of lifestyle that you want to live, because that's the one that I did and I still do, then this is where we need to really push ourselves out there and show the world what we've been working hard at for the last 3 to 5 years. You'll think about building new portfolios. Your art would have been better, your tattoos are better, your confidence has grown. So now you might be building new portfolios for conventions and guest spots. And this is a great way to start expanding with your career. I follow some new tattoo artists that have only been tattooing, 2 or 3 years, and their artwork before they started tattooing was very established. They had done loads of drawing, they developed their style, and they knew exactly what they were going to do. So I would usually say wait before you want to specialize. Between the 3rd to 5th year, you want to have a good understanding of tattooing. You don't want to put yourself into a hole if you can avoid it. You don't want to back yourself into a corner. So being able to be well-rounded early on and then gradually specializing over time is going to really benefit you. Like I said, some artists that have really narrowed down their artwork early on before they started tattooing, they put themselves in a different situation to most other artists. They're not going to have to spend the first year drawing and getting used to fake skin the same way that others would, because they've already put so much time into their drawing and their art. I personally think anywhere between the 5 to 10 year mark is what it takes for you to be really consistently good no matter what, to get used to all of the different types of skins, the types of needles, the different area of skin. To be really well-rounded, I would say it could take around 5 to 10 years, depending on your experience and your confidence. If you've ever tattooed, a forearm on one day, and then the next tattoo you did was on a stomach, and you try to do the same thing on the stomach that you did on the forearm, and it just doesn't work, and it's confusing, it's frustrating, you start panicking because you're dealing with a client. That's the type of thing that it takes 5 to 10 years to get really confident with, to the point where you don't need to panic, you have control, you have understanding, and you know exactly what you need to do to adjust, to maintain control and tattoo as you mean to. And then in terms of being your own boss and being a boss and a leader to others before opening a business and having a whole studio, I would wait 7 to 10 years. Not just because of experience, but because it takes so much, it demands so much from us that I think for the first 7 to 10 years, we have to build ourselves and our careers before we can give so much of ourselves to a business and to other artists. A really good leader is going to be available for people, and it's just so difficult to balance your own career and still manage clients and give them the best experience that they can have, all while dealing with a studio and other artists that demand your attention. So waiting until your 10th year doesn't necessarily make it easy, but it's going to make it a lot easier knowing that you've had loads of time to build and solidify your own career and your own techniques, your own skill set. It's very tricky giving all of you guys really good information that is going to apply to all of you, because all of you are going to be at different steps in your artistic or tattooing career. So some of you might think that what I've said is completely accurate. Some of you might be an exception for whatever reason. If there's anything that I've missed, if there's anything else that you would like to know, as always, comment below and I'll get back to you.